My flush valve leaked, so I thought I'd replace it. But at the same time, I had a small crack, so I thought I'd replace that. Then I thought, well, I'll clean it all up. So I disassembled it. Big mistake. So when you disassemble the pedestal from the bowl, it's held on with these little doohickeys. I don't even know what they're called. But they have a nut on the inside. And when you disassemble it, they fall in there and are trapped between the bowl and the outside of the bowl. So there's a cavity in there. So there's 4 of those, and they just fall off in there and it comes disassembled. Well, I thought, oh, that's great. How do you get them out? So I laid on the floor and propped it up on the couch with this end on the couch, and then I fished all those little nuts out with a special tool. I used a paper clip. It was a pain in the rump. I had to shake it around, move it around, find them, see them, hook them, and pull them out. but it worked, so I got them out. Then there's more problem. I can't find this to replace it, so I ended up super gluing it. I couldn't find this gasket online, so I had to make one. So I went down to AutoZone and picked up some gasket material, and I made my own. Then the assembly. Well, I'm hoping it's going to go well. I'm going to video it, and I will let you know if it's a success or a fail. I guess I'll just call them doohickeys. I don't know what they are. They're some kind of, looks like a hollow wall thing. But they fit right here, just like that. And then you got to flip it over from the other side and push the bolt through. So more or less, you got to drop them down in there and shake it until it falls through the hole. Then you got to hold on to the screw and set the doohickey over to the top of it and then start your nut. When you're finished, they should look like that. While I had everything apart, I went ahead and replaced that seal as well. Right here, those line up with underneath, a hole underneath, so you need to make sure you line those up. So you might have to move it around and get those in place. That centers everything up. There's one in each location. Also, make sure those doohickeys get in there the right way. There's a wrong way and a right way. You got to make sure that they can't turn. Now if I can get everything lined up, hold it in place, and tighten it, that'll be great, and hope that everything doesn't get out of alignment. So here we go. We're going to give it a shot. Well, hopefully I didn't tighten them up too tight. They're in porcelain, so I'm afraid that if I tighten them too tight, they'll crack. But if I don't tighten them tight enough, it'll leak. So I don't know. We'll see. I'm crossing my fingers. And that's my new flush valve. That was the thing that caused all this grief. And me being overzealous, trying to figure out how to do all this stuff. Anyway, there it is. Also picked up a ring for the flange down at the floor. Comes with all the stuff, bolts, nuts, caps. We've come this far, make sure you put it on right. This side down. There you go. Of course, the bolts I got, they don't fit. This is thinner than that. A little Teflon tape. Just a little bit. Alrighty, it's all back together. It did not leak. It holds water. Flush valve didn't leak. So I ended up replacing the seal, the flange seal, the flush seal, this gasket that I had to make up, and then the flush valve. And it was all successful due to this special tool, a paper clip.